How's it going, YouTubers? Cornwall here. Thank you for joining me for another video today. And today we've got my first tune for Project Cars. So I really hope you enjoy this one, guys. I've had quite a few requests asking when I'm going to do tunes and things for Project Cars. It's just been a bit of an awkward one. There's been a lot of negativity around the game. It's been quite hard to play. It's been quite hard for some YouTubers to get the content down they want, especially if you use some of the in-game footage because of crashing and different things. And I had a little bit of vacation as well, so it's kind of just one thing after another. But we successfully started the season or first series on the S2 forums, and I took the win. Unfortunately, I got that stripped away from me because I ran out of fuel after crossing the finish line. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, by the way. So, although I won, I got a DQ, disqualification, because I didn't make it back to the pits after running out of fuel, which I understand it's in the game, but it's a bit annoying. I was a little bit fucked off about it, if I'm quite honest. But it's one of those things. It's in the games. I didn't fuel up enough. I've got to take it on the chin. So I did get a DQ for it. However, I qualified first, won the race, got close to being contested a couple of times, but luckily managed to fend the Stellar Stig, as it was, and Grim that tried to challenge me for that place. The main reason why Grim caught up to me as much as he did was because I did underfuel my car, so I did actually have to stop for fuel. But the way I set up my pit strategy, the minimum or the least amount of fuel, should I say, that you can actually put in a car is 5 litres. So that's all they put in, which did last me to the end of the race, but didn't last me to get back to the pits, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But I did win. The tune that I'm going to share with you shortly is good for about a 47, maybe 46 second lap around Oulton Park. It is tuned for Oulton Park with the Formula Rookie, but there's no reason why the tune shouldn't be just as effective elsewhere. You just might have to tweak it. I tweaked the gears quite a bit because there's quite a lot of long straights for the Formula Rookie, with it only having 4 gears, so I did optimise the car for the quickness of this track, so you might have to change it a little bit. I did some tuning, although I didn't manage to make the race for Snetterton, I think it was, they were at last week. Unfortunately I didn't make that race, but I did have to tweak the tyre temperatures quite a bit for that one. But this tune is really good. I'm going to do probably a track guide for Oulton Park at some point soon if you guys are interested in that, and also I will do a hot lap if I could get my words out. So anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think to the tune, and I shall take you to the garage and we'll get started. So here we are at the tuning menu, and we'll just go through all this. A lot of this is pretty standard, but then some of it is going to be a little bit tweaked by myself. But again, this car doesn't really have a lot of tuning options, but I did change some of them, so I just thought I'd run through it so you guys can give it a go for yourselves. So the front left tyre pressure and the right front is both at 1.05. The rear tyre pressures are both set at 0.98. Now a few people are saying, why would you change these individually? Because there are some tracks where you will need to change them independent of each other, depending on the types of corners you're going around and different things like that. So if you've got a lot of left-hand corners, then certain tyres are going to heat up quicker than others, so that's why that's there. The brake pressure for this is 85%. Using my wheel, I found that 85% was a really good pressure for being able to stop when I needed to, and different things without locking up the tyres. And the best balance I found was 65%, again, to help with the tyre locking. We can't change the brake duct on this one, and the traction control slip is 7%. I think that is stock, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. The aerodynamics and chassis we can't do diddly squat with, so we've left that as it is. The alignment, quickly rattle through this, but I think it's all fairly standard. So the steering ratio is 12.0.1. The caster angle is 3.9 degrees for the left and right. The camber angle for the front is negative 1.4, and for the rear is negative 0.9. The toe angle for the front is 0.1, and for the rear is 0.2. So don't forget the negative on the front one there. The suspension, don't mind, it starts at the bottom. The front is both at 85 Newton meters. The right is at 95 Newton meters. The front spring rate is 44 Newton meters, and the rear is at 42 Newton meters. The front sway bar is 18, and the rear sway bar is 7. The dampeners, the bump is all at 0. The front left, the front, because they're both the same, we'll do them both at the same time. So the front for the left and the right is 3,600 Newton meters, and the rear for the slow bump there is 35,000 Newton meters. Sorry, 35,000. Woo, 3,500. The front left is the front fast bump is 1,600, and the rear for the fast bump is 2,025. Where are we? The front slow is 3,700, and the rear slow is 4,600. The fast rebound is 2,300 for the front, and the rear is 2,750. I do apologise if in the background you can hear loads of screaming kids. Nothing I can do about it. They're annoying me. Hey ho, kids are kids. So the differential here is not the only thing you can change is the radiator, which I did close up quite a bit to 25%. Just something to note that the left gauge is the water temperature. So just keep your eye on that when you are closing this up, because the more you close it, the more heat that goes through the engine, and the more issues that can cause. So that is 25%. The gearing, the final drive is 3.44, first gear 2.84, second gear is 1.81, third gear is 1.38, and fourth gear is 1.10. So I did tweak those quite a bit just to get maximum speed out a lot of those corners, which was lovely. Fuel, you can do what you like there. On this Oulton Park track I did do 5 litres, which seemed to give me a decent amount of laps before I could come in and do anything. And the brake mapping is at 5. So we'll just quickly go through the force feedback options. These are fairly personal to each person and what you're using as your wheel, but we'll just quickly go through this anyway, just so you can see what I've got really. The master scale on the spindle is 28. The FX scale is 74.01. Same for the FY scale, and the FZ scale is just slightly higher at 78.01. The MZ scale is 94.01. Smoothing, I tend to leave this just fairly standard, but I've got 10 on the FX. FY, FZ and MZ are all 0. And the arm angle I've got at 1,500. And I don't know why it doesn't go up to the top, does Maiden? The body and SOP, so the body is, I've just left that at 0.01. The longitude is 100.01. Same for the body stiffness and same for the dampening. This is the bit mainly that I tend to tweak, which is on the SOP again. Just make sure that your SOP scale is the same as your master scale, so then it balances itself out. So I've got 28.01. I've got 50 for the lateral. I said latitude then. Lateral, and 60 for the differential, and the dampening is at 0. So I'm just going to quickly pop that onto that summary page there for you guys just while I finish off this video. So it does work really well around this track. You've just got to get used to your braking points and different things like that, but the track goes really well around this, the car goes really well around this track, and for us it gave us some fairly close racing. It was just a pity that there was only, I think, 4 of us by the end of the race by the end of the race that managed to finish the line, so to speak, apart from Coleman, who just missed out. but I think once you've got a full grid of people using the same car, it is really close racing, and anything can happen. The minute someone snaps into a corner and spins out a little bit, gets a bit wide, and the pack shuffles so much. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this this tuning video here. Let me know what you think, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you'd like me to do another rookie tune for another track, or if there's any other cars you want tuning on other tracks. I'm more than happy to see what I can do. And we're looking forward to patch 3.0 coming out on the Xbox. I know it's out on a couple of things already, but obviously the guys over at Microsoft do like to make sure it's not breaking anything else, which is fantastic. I'm just waiting with bated breath for that. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those fantastic things, and I shall see you all soon.